Oh my gosh. Oh, we have the goddess, God of the Queer Student Awards 2023. Steve, how does it feel to finally see it all come together?
It's very exciting.
You look slightly scared. I promise, it's exciting. Blink twice if you're okay.
No, I mean, in the reality of the Queer Student Awards is that I launched it in the pandemic, and it was a Zoom call in 2021. Last year we had a rail strike that derailed, pardon the pun, the whole thing. And so I'm a bit overwhelmed because everything that I wanted to happen has gone to plan. So it's nervous excitement and very happy. Yeah.
Do you know what you've thought about? There's a lot of detail that's gone into this, even for the people that, like me, are hay fever sufferers. You've got all the queer flowers and everything, but like artificial. So thank you for not making me be like on the carpet. I appreciate that. Um, what is like your favorite part of the whole event?
I'm going to say the flowers, seeing as you just mentioned them. So, all of the flowers, for those of you that aren't here this evening, that are on the tables and decorating the venue, have been selected because they are symbols of the queer community. So we've got lavender, we've got green carnations, we've got trillium, we've got violets, we've got roses, we've got some other things that are slipping out of my head right now, but they're all, so if you go onto the website, you should have the link that you were sent. You can go and find out more about that, but I wanted this to be a really inclusive event that celebrated every type of queerness that there is, so yeah.
Do you know what's missing? Pampas grass. You know if you know.
You got a supplier for pampas grass?
I don't, but I was kind of hoping. So, you know. Listen, it's been such a pleasure being part of the judging panel, and it really is a lot of work that's gone into it, even down to judging each person that comes in. How difficult is it as the Lord? Do you like me calling you the Lord of Queer Student Awards? The Queen. How does it feel to be like the Queen of Queer Student Awards, putting it all together and seeing those nominations come in? Because these people are paving the way for our community.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get involved in the judging process because I have people like yourself that are willing to give up their time, and thank you for that, to do that.
You're welcome, darling.
But I do read every single nomination that comes in. When you click the submit button for the awards, it's me that it comes to, so I read every single one. And there's been a lot of evenings sitting with a glass of wine and reading them and just being very proud of what young people that face so much adversity, especially right now, are actually still managing to achieve. So every single finalist that's here this evening is more than welcome. They all deserve to be celebrated, and I know Katie's going. I won't steal Katie's thunder because, being the gobby woman that she is, she will come and slap me.
I cannot wait to chat to her.
But Katie mentions it. Like, some of the categories were incredibly competitive, and I know it was a very tough decision for Ava to look through everything and to make the choices as who'd won. So yeah.
If we had something like this growing up, the world would be such a better place. I know that it's a slow climb to getting better, but I never, like, when I went to university, I went to Salford University, I wasn't even thinking about paving the way. I was thinking about having cereal for every single meal. And it's amazing how these wonderful human beings come together and they think so big about everybody. What would you say to somebody who is watching, listening, this stream? How can they be a better ally? Because there's loads of different things you can do.
Again, I know Katie's going to say something about allyship as part of the awards, because we do have a category for Ally of the Year. But from my perspective, I think there's some great examples of people being allies out there. There's a lot of people, I think, that are potentially nervous to step up, and I appreciate that it's uncomfortable to speak up when you see something that shouldn't be happening. But there are a lot of allies out there, I think, that don't make the choice to have that conversation, and it lets us down, because a lot of people who would call themselves allies, and we would see as allies because they're our close friends, they're our members of our families. So it's hard to have that conversation with somebody when you kind of want to just say do better. And I think that's what I would say is do better, because there are a lot of people that need support right now.
If you could win any bonkers award in the queer community, what would you win? I would probably win best verse.
Best verse for what?
Verse. Verse. Versatile. I'm versatile, people.
Um, right, so best shirt, obviously. Like, yeah. There is a story behind the shirts, and I'll keep it short and sweet. But so when I was transitioning from school into the workplace, my careers advisor gave me a little test to do, and it told me that I was going to be a florist. So I always wear a flowered shirt to hark back to that moment where I was told what I was going to do and chose to do something else. Because I'm that kind of person.
Do you know what? It's actually quite bonkers how some people just don't take people in the LGBTQ plus community seriously. You know, like, for example, when you were telling me about going through like careers advice at school or college or uni, and the fact that they pinned you down as oh, you're in this box. How difficult is it to break the stereotype, do you feel?
It's really hard. I mean, society kind of tells us what we should do and what we shouldn't do. Our families do it, our friends do it. Things that we see on social media push us in a certain direction. So to be the kind of person that kind of stands up and goes, I want to do something different, and actually then does it, takes a huge amount of bravery. And again, going back to some of the nominations this evening, there's some great examples, especially some of the winners, because I do know who the winners are, have done.
We're not telling.
They've done some fantastic work, and they're the kind of people who I suspect I'd love to have a conversation with some of them later, actually, and ask them if this is where they thought they would have been. Yeah.
And especially for the trans and the non-binary community as well. Have you got anything to say to those who are watching that are in that community, that feel like they need to be heard or seen, or they're scared, or, you know, what would you say to them?
I would say that feeling is completely valid. And as a cisgender man, I can't even imagine how that must feel. But the awards have been set up to support people that identify as trans and non-binary, and my hope is that this will become a community where people feel they can come. And if you carry on watching this evening as well, our head judge Ava is going to be doing a bit of a speech about Trans People Are Love that she's launching. So I will leave that for Ava to talk about, because I think there's a lot of people out there that have opinions on trans and non-binary people that do not identify as and shouldn't probably be talking about things. Facts.
Thank you so much. I'll leave you to do your Coyote Ugly thing and dance on tables and have some drinky poos and stuff, and enjoy yourself. But thank you for joining me on the carpet. Bye, my love. #best dressed.